Priyanka Gandhi, along with the other senior Congress leaders, are leaving the airport to head to the Sessions Court. You can see the kind of crowd and also the security presence outside the airport as Rahul Gandhi heads to the Sessions Court to appeal against the District Court verdict that had convicted him in the 2019 defamation suit that was filed against him by Gujarat-based BJP MLA, where he had made certain remarks on the Modi surname. Now, all of the party cadre, along with Rahul Gandhi's and the Congress senior leadership, is currently, I think, on board that bus. They headed to the Sessions Court in Surat. So Rahul Gandhi leaving the airport there. Pallavi, you were talking about the case in particular. After that verdict that had come out of the district court, Rahul Gandhi was granted bail and a 30 days time was given for him to appeal against the verdict. Now, if at all there is an untoward verdict that's coming out of the Sessions Court, does that entire tenure of appeal automatically increase, considering now the case is in Sessions Court?
Yes and no. So the little I know about legally, what we have been told is that he has a 30 days of appeal, and which is why he also got bail from punishment. In fact, he was given a 2 years imprisonment, which that clause has been waived off for now. I think the biggest challenge legally for them is not just a stay on the sentencing. It's more important, it has to be as far as the conviction goes. And the conviction is what? He's been convicted of a crime, and if you go by the new law, which was also framed during the UPA times, is that once you're convicted, you cannot contest elections for at least 6 years. So 6 plus 2, it becomes 8 years, because he's now already stands disqualified. So in that appeal, if that appeal is not accepted by the court, if it's rejected, then of course he has every option to go to High Court. He also has to go to Supreme Court. That's the procedure which is followed. There are some who ask this question, why did he not go directly to a Supreme Court? Well, that's now how it usually works, because the Supreme Court in all likelihood would have bounced it back and saying that, the verdict was given by a lower court. You have to go first through that route, lower courts, high courts, and then you come back to Supreme Court.
Okay. And right now, Pallavi, as we are speaking, we are also putting out those visuals of Rahul Gandhi and the other senior leaders of the Congress party leaving the Surat airport, headed to the Sessions Court at the moment. So in about 15 to 20 minutes, I believe, as my colleague Sharon had also earlier mentioned, they would be arriving at the Surat Sessions Court, where there is more show of strength that's been planned for Rahul Gandhi, as the cadre of the party, workers of the Congress party have also been asked to be in attendance over there. We'll try and get one of our colleagues from on ground at the Surat court also to get a sense of what the atmosphere is when it comes to the court premises and what is happening outside the court, as Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi is all set to enter the court premises in about 20 minutes to appeal against the district court's verdict. Right now, what we are looking at on the screens are visuals from outside the Surat airport. Rahul Gandhi, along with the other senior Congress leaders, have just left the Surat airport. My colleague Sharon is also trailing them. We will try and establish connection with Sharon also in just a bit. Right now, what we are talking about is how Rahul Gandhi is landed, headed to the Surat Sessions Court, all set to appeal against the verdict. Remember, he is in Gujarat today to appeal against the conviction and the 2-year sentencing in the 2019 defamation case, because of which he was immediately disqualified as a member of parliament after that conviction really was pronounced, the sentencing was pronounced. Congress leader is going to be appealing to the Sessions Court in Surat to set aside the magistrate order convicting him in the defamation case for a remark that was seen as an insult to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the entire Modi community. The BJP is claiming that it is an insult to the OBC community, and that was the claim essentially that was made later on once the conviction was made against Rahul Gandhi and the sentencing was pronounced, sentencing him for 2 years imprisonment. He was later granted bail by the district court, and he was also given 30 days time to appeal against the verdict. Pallavi, if you're still with us, this entire case of defamation had never really seen a sentence of 2 years. That's a maximum sentence that can be granted to an accused. Considering it happened in the case of Rahul Gandhi, of course, there was ample furor about it. And once again, that entire debate of whether there is a centre's hand in colouring the judiciary's decision was also made by the Congress.
Yes, and in fact, what the Congress has been maintaining, the punishment is larger than the crime. And I think the Congress was so confident that there would not be such a huge punishment that on the day Rahul Gandhi went to Surat, he went to a Surat court, he was only accompanied by the Gujarat legal team, he was accompanied by K.C. Venugopal and one or two members of his staff. And so it did come as a jolt from the blue for most of the Congress leaders when the news came out that he has been convicted for 2 years. Because a conviction of 2 years immediately puts the disqualification law into application, and that's the reason why he was disqualified and also had to evict his official bungalow. Normally what happens in a case of defamation case is that you apply for truth, both the sides talk it out, there's often out of court settlement, or the person who has been accused apologizes. In this case, one did not expect Rahul Gandhi either to go in for an out of court settlement or even to apologize, but certainly the Congress leaders had not angled for the fact that he would be convicted for 2 years, and therefore the uproar in the Congress party where they made the point that a punishment did not require conviction for 2 years. It's only been done because the BJP at the center is hand in gloves with the judiciary or the institutions at the state level, and because they wanted to keep Rahul Gandhi out of parliament, because as long as he was inside parliament, he was repeatedly trying to corner the Prime Minister and asking questions over the Adani issue. So the Congress officially has maintained the line that the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi has taken place because they want to silence the voice of Rahul Gandhi.
Absolutely. And that earlier point that you were making, Pallavi, even as the appeal against the district court's verdict before the Sessions Court, the essential thing for the Congress party is to also ask for an interim stay on the conviction so that his entire membership of Lok Sabha is restored.
No, a stay will not work. They have to reject the conviction.
Okay.
The conviction will have to be rejected and have to be completely stayed for the disqualification to be revoked, which is why the legal team is working backwards to try and ensure. So that's the point which legal experts are making. It is not the sentencing, because the sentencing is for 2 years. If there's a stay on the sentencing or if the sentencing is scrapped, it doesn't make a difference. The conviction will have to be scrapped, as it happened in the case of the Lakshadweep MP, which is why his disqualification was revoked and is back inside parliament. That's exactly what the legal team of the Congress party, of Rahul Gandhi specifically, has worked on. Their main purpose is to ensure that the conviction is revoked. If the conviction is revoked, means that his disqualification also becomes null and void. But just a quick word here, that's not the only case which is going on against Rahul Gandhi. There's yet another defamation case which is pending against him, which has recently been filed by an RSS worker. So these are going to be troubling legal times really for Rahul Gandhi, but clearly the Congress wants to seize the opportunity.
Absolutely. And with this point that you're making of seizing the opportunity, Pallavi, considering this case, I believe it was filed in Patna and this was right ahead of him appealing, Rahul Gandhi appealing against the Surat District Court's verdict. Back and forth, back-to-back defamation suits that have been filed on the same case, the 2019 defamation case where it made certain remarks against the Modi surname. Of course, this also can be used as an ammunition by the Congress party against the government at the centre, claiming that this has been deliberately done.
Oh yes, absolutely. In fact, I'm just looking through the pictures of Rahul Gandhi walking out of airport, where he's accompanied by Sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, K.C. Venugopal, who is the General Secretary in charge of the organization. There are party workers there, and if you look at, for want of any other word to use, the body language, clearly Rahul Gandhi doesn't want to look and doesn't look apologetic, clearly in the mood to brazen it out. So very quickly, if I've got your question right, the argument that they want to put forward is that one, the punishment was an extreme of the crime. It was something which was said during a rally, during campaign, where politicians often use these kind of words, and he was only highlighting the corruption issue of the BJP, and those are the allegations which are coming in from the Congress party. That's one. Second thing is, the Congress is making the point that why just Rahul Gandhi? There have been several leaders from the BJP, including the Prime Minister, who have made personal remarks against the Nehru Gandhi family, whether it's during campaigns or whether it's inside the parliament as well. The Rajya Sabha speech of the Prime Minister is used as an instance by the Congress party. So they are going to push forward these arguments to make the point that conviction needs to be scratched, and therefore that they would see not just as a legal victory but also as a political victory.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Pallavi. I request you to stay on with us. We have our eyes on this big story. Rahul Gandhi, along with the other senior leadership of the Congress party, they have all arrived in Surat, and Rahul Gandhi is headed now to the Surat Sessions Court to appeal against the district court verdict against him.